Hello, everybody. This is Rev Sue Frederick, and I am so grateful to see you amazing people here for this seven stones of ascension angel up class in 2026. This is a powerful way to shift our frequency together in this important year for humanity's collective evolution, especially given that it's a one universal year that everyone is talking about. Whether you're an astrologer, a numerologist, or an everyday person, it seems that it's now universal knowledge that we are in an intense year of rebirth, giving labor to and creating a new and better world. So I think doing this angel work, there could not be better timing for that. Many of us were in the 33-day angel class in October, and that shifted all of our frequencies. So that's what we're doing tonight with this work. So we're going to start with a prayer, and I'm asking everyone to stay muted until it's their moment to speak. And so we close our eyes and we breathe into the heart. And in this moment, we remember and we recognize that we are all divine beings on a temporary journey through the earth world, and that we've all agreed to be here now at this important point in humanity's evolution. And yet we are not alone. We are surrounded by the divine beings, the angel frequency of beings, as well as our departed loved ones who are always trying to help us. We are not alone. And so in this class, we know that every week we will feel the angelic presence that we need for each of us to be healed and helped and uplifted. And that something we know is true is that all groups come together by divine order. And if you are here with us, it is because your soul knows there is something you have to offer to this group, and someone here has something to offer to you. And we open our hearts with gratitude, and so it is. All right, everybody, it's wonderful to see you here. And this class is the seven stones to ascension. So I want to start by talking about what that means. And all of this work comes from my angel books, which all came through me in 2025 as really the most amazing experience I've ever had, with the angels just waking me up in the morning saying, write this, write that, and just pouring it through me. So the thing we're focusing on in this class is chapter 7 in that first Angel Up book, called The Seven Stones to Ascension. And the first thing I want to start with is reading to you what this means, the seven stones. When we arrive on earth, we are still connected to the heavenly realms, and we are imbued with our soul's wisdom, understanding that we're here to wake up our consciousness and live from our higher self, even while walking on earth. And then life happens. We get programmed, taught, trained, wounded, and suddenly we forget our higher self. We forget that we are part of a divine order beyond the physical. Then we hit a soul reinvention point, and we experience one of the seven stones of human suffering. And those seven stones are, number one, grief, and that's the one we'll be focusing on tonight. And grief can mean many things, not just the loss of a loved one. It can also mean loss of the world as we knew it and how we wanted it to be, or it can mean loss of friendships. It can mean loss of career. It can mean loss of many things, as well as having our departed loved ones leave the lifetime that we were in with them. And these are the seven stones that we're going to cover in this class. Number one is grief. Number two is lack of purpose, something that hits all of us at some point in our life. We call that a reinvention point on purpose. The third one is disappointment in others. First, that can mean disappointment in the people we love, that we feel they're not behaving as we had hoped they would, but it can also mean disappointment in the world at large. The fourth one is disappointment in self, in our own self. And that is something that the more awake and evolved we are, the more we review our life while we're still here in our body and we go, oh my gosh, I could have done that better. And we're sort of doing our own soul review while we're still here in the body. But that can also give us self-doubt. And so when we're on that stone, we'll talk a lot about how that self-doubt does not serve us and how to overcome it. The fifth stone is relationship struggles. Now, we have relationship struggles here from the moment we're born into the lifetime, so everybody knows what that means. And stone six is health and body. And some of the most profound wake-up calls we have on earth come through health and body. And we'll talk about that in class six. And seven, the seventh stone, is spiritual crisis. And what I mean by that, excuse me, is when we all hit a point where we say, I cannot believe there is a loving, good God force running this world, because why would all these bad things be happening if that were true? And why would I have lost my beautiful loved one, especially a child? All of those are the ways that we question how this universe works and if it is a loving, God-led universe. And that's a perfect thing because that gets us going on our spiritual discovery journey that leads us to understanding who we are and how it works. So those are the seven stones that we'll be covering in this class. Um, Tonight we start with grief. And I know many of you here in this class, I work with helping parents heal. It's the work that's made my heart the happiest of anything I've done in my life, to be involved with this nonprofit that helps parents who have children in spirit. So I do know that that is one of the greatest pains that we can have in this lifetime. And so I honor all of you tremendously. And I want to explain why we talk about grief as a stone, or these seven things as stones. When we think of the word stone, we can think, it's heavy and it can weigh us down. And certainly when grief first arrives into our life, we feel so weighted down by it. And you all know that I lost my husband when I was 29, turning 30, and he was young, beautiful, mountain climbing man, and he died of colon cancer. That was grief that made me feel that I couldn't survive here in this world. And it brought me that stone of grief at that age of 29. And what I learned as I learned to grow and evolve on my journey is that that became my stepping stone to my spiritual growth, to my wisdom, to my figuring out how this world works and how it works beyond this world, so that I could turn around and help others. When we have the stone of grief in our heart, it is the angels who come to help us break that stone apart so that we can use our pain as fuel to understand our own purpose here and the purpose of everyone else and our soul agreements, and then turn around and help others from what we've learned. So that stone becomes your stepping stone. And I just want to, before we get talking, and I know there's many things I want to accomplish here in this class, but I wanted to just share a little prayer to lift grief from your heart, if tonight especially you are feeling that grief. Beautiful angels, lift this heavy weight from my heart. Take this stone of grief and shatter it into golden beams of love that spread around the world, helping others. Take this pain and transform it into light. Take this pain and transform it into light. This golden light lifts me into my higher soul, where I see my beloved happy and healthy beside me. Let me hear their laughter, and so it is. And our affirmation is, I affirm that I am a powerful being of golden light, brighter than any darkness, more powerful than grief. My heart overflows with love and joy. Now, I would love to hear from whoever is willing to share what grief means to them in terms of, what this class, why they've come to this class, and if they are aware of the angels helping them. And you can just ask me a question, or you can share what you're experiencing in your life. We'll just take a few people to get us started here.